Throughout my school years, I was known as the art kid. I know, not exactly surprising. Back in elementary school, I was really creatively active. I mean, besides learning how to write, read, and doing some basic math, my school days consisted of creative subjects. We did things like learning to play the recorder or even basic crocheting. Only to a certain extent though, I still can't actually play any instrument. There's one funny thing I remember from that time. Our teacher was teaching us cursive writing and I was pretty good at it, if I do say so myself. There was just one thing I could never get right. Cursive writing is supposed to be slightly slanted. But for some reason, as soon as my pen left those practice sheets, the one where you trace the letters, my handwriting would always turn out perfectly straight. My teacher noticed this and tried to explain that it was supposed to be slanted. But since she was whispering, I couldn't really hear what she said. Or maybe my brain just decided to block it out. Anyway, it got to the point where she literally rotated my paper a full 45 degrees so that my handwriting would come out slanted. But what did my competitive little brain think at that time? What are you doing? You think I can't write just because you're trying to sabotage me?
Watch me.
After that, she just gave up. I spent the rest of the day completely oblivious until I got home and suddenly realized, oh my god, that's why she... Oh, I'm so stupid! Yes, I've always been a little bit scatterbrained. Anyway, as schoolwork got harder and life got more complicated, as it tends to do when you're a teenager, drawing became the thing I did to relax. But not during class, of course. I was a diligent student. Definitely not because a teacher gave me a massive side eye for my drawings. For some reason though, with each passing year I drew less and less. Don't get me wrong, I still loved it and it was actually my best subject in school. Once I got my own smartphone and slowly gained access to the internet, I started comparing myself to random people online. I stopped liking my old drawings, which in hindsight should have been a sign that I had improved. But instead it felt like I wasn't progressing at all, while everyone else was. And when art class in my final years of high school became more about theory than actually drawing, I ended up with a complete creative block. It got so bad that I stopped drawing for an entire year. I'm explaining this right now because it makes what happened later even more unbelievable. One time in art class we had to draw a simple still life, nothing special, but since it had been so long since I had drawn anything, it actually felt really refreshing. I even decided to stay after class a few times to keep working on the painting. So there I was, sitting alone in the empty art room. Without music though, because my phone decided to die on me halfway through. Suddenly, two younger students walked into the room, probably to grab something for a teacher. They walked past me and started talking about my drawing, assuming I couldn't hear them. And let's just say that when you're feeling unsure of yourself, hearing other people cheering you on or even praising you, even if it was behind your back, it can really motivate you to keep going. So after that, I proudly put my painting in a cabinet where unfinished pieces are stored to dry. I did a bit more work on it at home before submitting it, and I was actually pretty happy with it. It made me determined to dedicate myself to private art projects again. At the end of the year, when the yearbooks came out, I always knew that I was never really in any of them, apart from the standard class pictures. So I was never really interested in it. But this time was different. My art teacher asked me if she could include my still life painting in the artwork section, because she liked it so much. I felt honored and was really excited until I found the page. Apparently, she had just taken a picture of my unfinished painting that afternoon and decided it was good enough as it was. So she used that version. But honestly, it didn't bother me too much. The page was pretty inconspicuous and hardly anyone would have noticed. In the end, I pushed through and passed my final exams pretty well. Then came the graduation ceremony, where diplomas were handed out and everyone gathered one last time to celebrate. I wasn't completely satisfied with my grades, but I was definitely glad that it was all over. Suddenly, some special awards were announced. We were all sitting in our seats as the different categories were introduced, followed by the names of the winners. And believe me when I say I was completely confused. In my mind, I was ready to celebrate with my friends and call it a day, until I suddenly heard,
"And the award in the Fine Arts category goes to Manu Chen."
huh? Wait, who? Me? But I didn't sign up for anything. I didn't submit anything. So there I was, standing on stage for an award I knew absolutely nothing about and hadn't actively submitted anything for. The strangest part was that our high school was very technical and science focused. So I was standing next to people who had won awards for math, chemistry, physics, and similar subjects. I think the only other creative award besides mine was the one for music. To this day, I have no idea how it happened. But hey, a win's a win. Later that evening, photos were shown on the big screen, none of which I appeared in. The celebrations continued. So that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and consider subscribing. I'm planning on making some animation meme and trends next, probably some that are already over, but I don't really care that much about that because I just want to do whatever feels fun for me. Sorry this video took so long to make, but I hope to see you in the next one. Let's meet again under the same star.